The global spotlight at Milan Fashion Week may have been fixed on Jin of BTS as he stunned the world with his dazzling appearance at Gucci's Spring/Summer 2026 presentation. But behind the glamour, what captured equal attention was the heartfelt reaction from his fellow member Jungkook. The youngest of BTS, often dubbed the Golden Magne, could not hold back his admiration as he watched Jin redefine what it means to be both a musician and a fashion icon on one of the world's biggest stages. According to insiders close to the group, Jungkook expressed his overwhelming pride after witnessing Jin's Milan moment, calling it a true milestone that shows how far Jin Hyung has come. His comments quickly spread across fan communities, sparking thousands of posts from ARMYs who were touched by the show of brotherly support. Fans noted that Jungkook's words highlighted not only his respect for Jin's artistry, but also the unique bond the two members have shared for more than a decade. Fashion critics had already declared Jin one of the standout figures of the week, citing his commanding presence and impeccable Gucci ensemble as proof that he belonged among the elite of international style. But Jungkook's reaction added a layer of intimacy to the global celebration. By admitting he was truly moved by Jin's presence on the Milan runway, Jungkook gave voice to what millions of fans were already feeling, that Jin's influence transcends K-pop and firmly establishes him as a cultural force worldwide. Social media lit up with the dual narrative, Jin's fashion triumph and Jungkook's touching words. Hashtags like #JinAtMilan and #ProudJungkook trended simultaneously, demonstrating that the two BTS members continued to captivate audiences, whether together or apart. International outlets from Billboard to Vogue Korea echoed the story, emphasizing that even within BTS, Jin's achievements are being celebrated as groundbreaking. As Jin prepares for upcoming fashion-related projects and BTS moves closer to their highly anticipated 2026 comeback. Fans are already anticipating more moments where the group's camaraderie shines as brightly as their individual pursuits. For now, Jungkook's admiration serves as a reminder. Even in the dazzling world of high fashion, it's the bonds of brotherhood that make BTS truly unforgettable. The admiration Jungkook openly displayed for Jin has not gone unnoticed by the international press. American outlets such as People and Variety highlighted how rare it is for an artist of Jungkook's stature, himself a global fashion and music powerhouse, to so openly celebrate another member's moment in the spotlight. European media followed suit, with La Repubblica in Italy running a feature that described Jin's appearance as a coronation moment and Jungkook's praise as the emotional seal of authenticity that no PR campaign could ever orchestrate. This synergy between Jin's triumph and Jungkook's heartfelt support underscores one of BTS's most enduring strengths, their unity. While most entertainment industries thrive on competition and rivalry, BTS has long cultivated an image of mutual respect, where the success of one member is seen as the success of all. Jungkook's reaction in Milan reinforced this ethos, amplifying Jin's Fashion Week breakthrough with a narrative of loyalty and familial pride that resonated far beyond ARMY circles. Fashion analysts also weighed in on the significance. London-based fashion critic Maria Ingram commented, Jin's Gucci appearance was already historic, but Jungkook's reaction made it transcendent. It wasn't just about clothes or brand ambassadorship. It became a story of cultural influence and brotherhood that elevated the event into a global conversation. Her words echo a wider sentiment that Jin's influence in fashion is magnified not just by his individual achievements, but by the support network of BTS and the ARMY behind him. On social media, the conversation continued to expand. ARMY accounts compiled montages of Jin and Jungkook's memorable moments together, from their earliest debut days to Jin's recent solo milestones. The emotional undertones struck a chord with fans who noted how Jungkook often referred to Jin as both a mentor and an older brother figure. The trending hashtags evolved into messages of collective pride, with phrases like, Jin is our star, Jungkook is his witness, circulating widely across X and Instagram. For Jin, the Milan appearance and the avalanche of praise that followed represent more than a personal career highlight. It is a signal that he has successfully bridged the worlds of music, fashion, and cultural diplomacy. For Jungkook, his admiration solidifies his role not only as BTS's youngest, but as the emotional voice of the group, a figure who translates shared achievements into deeply personal stories that fans can rally behind. Together, their synergy is reshaping how both the entertainment and fashion industries perceive the influence of BTS, transforming what could have been a single red carpet appearance into a cultural moment of global proportions. As the echoes of Milan Fashion Week fade, one truth remains clear. Jin's presence has redefined what it means to be a global fashion ambassador. His walk into Gucci's premiere was not just a red carpet moment. It was a declaration that a K-pop star could stand at the very center of luxury fashion, commanding the same reverence once reserved for Hollywood royalty and European elites. But what truly elevated the moment into history was Jungkook's reaction. His pride, his awe, and his heartfelt admiration turned Jin's triumph into a shared story, one that resonated with millions. For fans, it became more than fashion. It was a reminder of the unbreakable bond between BTS members, a brotherhood forged in years of struggle and glory, now unfolding on the grandest stages of the world. Media outlets across Europe and the United States called it a shift in cultural power, noting that the torch of influence is no longer confined to the West. Instead, it burns brightly in figures like Jin, whose artistry and elegance transcend borders. In just 1 week, Jin's Milan appearance sparked headlines, debates, and celebrations that will be studied by fashion insiders and K-pop historians alike. For BTS, this chapter marks more than a milestone. It is a foreshadowing of their collective return in 2026. With Jin leading the charge in Milan and Jungkook amplifying the narrative with his emotional support, the message is undeniable. BTS's influence is not waning. It is expanding into realms once thought unreachable. Years from now, fans and critics will look back on September 2025 as a turning point. The night Gucci's stage became the world's, the night Jin BTS shone brighter than anyone, and the night Jungkook's words sealed that brilliance in history. Together, they transformed fashion into legacy, and legacy into legend. And the days that followed Milan Fashion Week, the ripple effects of Jin's appearance continued to dominate global discourse. European fashion critics described him as the breath of fresh air luxury has been waiting for, while American outlets hailed him as a cultural force reshaping global aesthetics. For Gucci, his presence was more than a strategic partnership. It was proof that their bold gamble on a K-pop idol had paid off in a way no one could have anticipated. Social media became a stage of its own, where ARMY rallied with pride and amplified every detail. Videos of Jin's silk shirt fluttering in the Milan night or his confident stride into Palazzo Mezzanotte were replayed millions of times, turning fleeting fashion moments into timeless cultural artifacts. Hashtags surged, not only celebrating his looks, but also elevating the narrative of BTS as more than just musicians. They are leaders of a new cultural era. Meanwhile, Jungkook's admiration became a storyline that resonated deeply with fans. His heartfelt praise for Jin was dissected in countless posts and headlines, with many noting how rare it is for one global superstar to publicly show such unguarded pride for another. The fact that Jungkook, himself a fashion icon and Calvin Klein ambassador, openly placed Jin above himself was not only humbling but historic. It symbolized the extraordinary respect that defines BTS's dynamic and Korea. Media outlets emphasized how Jin's solo strength reflects the collective promise of BTS's eventual full-group return. If Jin can conquer Milan alone, one headline read, "Imagine what BTS can do together in 2026." This narrative framed Jin not as an isolated star but as the vanguard of a cultural juggernaut preparing to reclaim its global throne. The image of Jin in Milan, elegant, radiant, and unshakably confident, now stands as a new benchmark in fashion and celebrity culture. And when paired with Jungkook's moving acknowledgement, it became more than an event. It became a story of brotherhood, triumph, and the unstoppable rise of BTS in every arena they touch.